James.
That's what it is.
Hey Cameronaggies, I'm Ashley Matthews and you're watching Film Geek. One of my most all-time scariest movies has got to be The Shining with Jack Nicholson. It is a 1980s film based on Stephen King's 1977 novel of the same name. This film was among the first half dozen to use a Steadicam. One of the most talked about shots with this is the sequence which follows Danny as he pedals through corridor after corridor on his big plastic tricycle. Let's take a look at this scene.
Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Danny. And ever and ever.
So now that we have saw the Shining scene, I'd like to show you an IKEA commercial that is a lot less graphic but very nicely done. Let's take a look.
Comfy and cozy, back in your heart again.
Hello, Danny. Come play with us.
Come and play with us, Danny.
Come play with us.
Come play with us, Danny.
Danny, come, let's go play. Come, let's go.
Dear customers, thank you for shopping at IKEA. Our store is open till 11 p.m. daily.
Over the last few months, there have been rumors of who would be playing the parts of Doctor Strange in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios has finally found their Doctor Strange. They chose none other than Benedict Cumberbatch. Deadline confirmed that the Sherlock stars in the final negotiations to star are going to start production next year in England and presumed to be released July 8th, 2016. The Walking Dead, I think, is on a lot of people's minds, so I want to hear from you. I want to know who you feel won't make it in this season, and even interesting to see which characters you think they can't kill off. Maybe even share some of your predictions on where you think Beth has been and what is to come. Send me an email to filmgeekcu@gmail.com or follow Film Geek on Twitter, FilmGeekCU. Let's talk about the new release I caught this weekend, Ouija, which is an outright just horror movie. This movie stars Olivia Cooke, Anna Koto, and Darren Kagaskoff. This movie is about a group of friends that investigate an ancient Ouija board after their friend is mysteriously killed after recording herself playing with it. I guess you shouldn't play with everything you find. Let's take a look at the trailer.
What's going on? I just don't want to go out tonight.
You sure you don't want to come?
I'm good. Go have fun.
You ever feel like even after someone you love has died, there's still a way you can talk to them?
You want to talk to Debbie?
Yeah. This is where Debbie died.
I don't think this is a good idea.
As friends we've gathered, hearts are true. Spirits near we call to you. can hear is, Debbie, I miss you.
Calm down. It's an old house.
This is a joke.
Come on, you guys. Who's doing that?
Sarah, cut it out.
I'm not pushing it.
You just spelled hi friend.
Hey, this is freaking me out. I'm done with this.
I found something. I wanted to get this on camera. I found something in my house. Weird things started happening as soon as I found the board.
Debbie found the board in her house. She woke something up.
Is somebody there? This thing, it's haunting us.
Hello?
It's coming for all of us. So who's next?
How do we stop this?
You have to break the connection, or it will keep coming for you.
We have to play the game again. One last time.
As friends we gathered, hearts are true.
Spirits near we call to you. Can you show us a sign?
Did you kill Debbie? We're done! We're not playing anymore!
It's not even real, okay?
It's just a game.
This week I'm joined with Marshall Cabe, who is a senior in broadcasting. Welcome, Marshall. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So we saw Ouija this weekend, and it was a very. I feel like there could be more of a scarier movie out there than what this was. Like it had scary parts, I felt, but I didn't feel that it was very like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks like some movies. What did you think about that?
The complete opposite. Actually, after watching that movie, it was nothing but looking right and left, outside the corners, checking the bathroom stall, make sure there's nothing coming out of it. I was petrified. I couldn't sleep that night.
Really?
Yes.
What did you think of how the way like the people died, like drownings or falling and hitting their head on sinks or something?
It was all unique. I remember in the beginning, the girl got hung, which was really sad because she was a gorgeous individual. And then it just followed different killings. Head getting hit in the sink, drowning. It was just all very random things.
What did you think whenever the girl Lane went to go visit the sister of the one that had died in the house? Did you think what was being said was actually, right on point at the beginning, or do you think that whenever she went back the second time that she had tricked her, or what did you think about that scene? How did you think that was going to play out?
I really don't think she should have went at all.
Really?
Yeah, when her sister said, some things are going on, blah, 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 and she went back to find out what actually happened to her sister, I wouldn't have done that. I think she was just really, really not smart for doing that. Everybody ended up dying, so, I mean, it was one of the worst decisions she could have ever made.
Was this totally a movie where you were like, oh my gosh, really? Let's go at 9 o'clock at night when it's dark and go play Ouija? I was thinking, hello, what's up with 9 o'clock in the morning to go look in the tunnels? I'm thinking, why are these people? But, they're trying to do a scary movie. So I guess, they just have to play the part. But to me, I'm thinking, if I have to go in this tunnel and go look for a body, I'm going to go at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. While I was watching that part, especially the tunnel part, I was like, why not bring the cops in, or during the day? Why does it have to be during the night? Why does it have to be so soon? Everybody's gonna get pulled apart,
right?
And, separated from each other.
Yeah.
So I even screamed during the movie. I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? No!" It got pretty intense.
I felt it was very predictable. Like, anytime the music started playing, or like something like they're picking up the planchette, I'm like, all right, let's cover my face because something's going to happen that's going to make me want to scream, because it was very predictable when the scary parts were going to happen. Did you think so too, or? It
was, but as a movie viewer, that's what you wait for and watch for. Like, you wait for those cues, the music, so it's going to happen, but
right.
you force yourself to watch and scare yourself, really.
I don't know. There's sometimes I was like jacket over my face going, okay, I'm going to watch this, sort of. I'm going to like look up and kind of see this, and oh no, I'm not going to watch this. Yeah. So Yeah, I definitely know that it's coming, and you want to be scared and suspenseful about it, but at the same time, I don't want to have that same vision later when I'm dreaming at 3 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, I had no one to grab onto. I was also in the very front row, so I was just looking right and left, like, what's going on? And so every time it was a scary point, I was just like, you know, like, what's going on? And so
at one point, I actually did scream out loud.
Oh, I did as well.
I screamed out loud. I did not know what was happening, and there was probably 20 high schoolers behind me. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And I kept thinking, how many times are they gonna keep playing this game? Like, they keep going back and going back and going back, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we know it's based on this game, but I guess my thought is, do we have to keep playing? I just felt like it was just getting really repetitive. Like, I felt like they could have been playing for longer instead of like playing and then going to school and acting like everything's okay when 3 of their friends had just died. So what was your thought on that? Do you think it was?
Well, if they would have played just in one part, the movie would have been like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I can understand that point. And also, every time they played, something else was new. There was always more to the story being added on to when they did play, it was something new that added on to the suspense of the actual movie.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Because they had new information on why they had to go and ask questions, or yeah, that makes sense. So did you always have a feeling when something was going to happen that was going to make you jump?
Oh, all the time. I was expecting to jump the whole movie. Like, I was scared. Like my Coca-Cola wasn't doing it. It was not a good decision to go there in the front row. That's all I have to say, yeah.
How would you rate this on another scary movie, like maybe a real life type, something like Freddy vs. Jason or Saw or something like that?
If those were, I'd rate those 10 because those are just classics. I'd say I'd give this 6 or 7.
Okay. So it's definitely not as scary as it could be.
No, only because there wasn't really any blood in the movie. So maybe the next Ouija movie they can have bodies being ripped apart or something that literally makes a person want to just leave the movie, like the other 2 movies.
What would you compare this to then that didn't have blood that would be just as maybe better?
The Power Ranger movie.
Power Ranger movie. Okay, so there you have it, Power Ranger movie. So it's kind of scary, kind of not, but I guess
very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting to watch.
So, well, thanks, Marshall. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to High Horse University. You're a communications major, right? Here at High Horse U, you're just a number to us because you're making us loads of money. You'll also have to sell your kidney to pay for tuition. Sign on the dotted line, please.
That's what happened.
Come with me. This is Cameron University's Communication Department. We care about quality education, not robbing you blind. Here, you'll actually get to know your professors and classmates. You won't be needing this anymore.
Visit Cameron.edu for more info.
Dear Aggie, I feel my teacher is treating me unfairly. Any advice on what I should do?
Dear Aggie, I'm getting burnt out this semester. How can I avoid going nuts?
Dear Aggie, any advice on how to avoid getting sick this flu season? Dear Aggie.
The Cameron Collegian presents Dear Aggie, our new weekly advice column featured in the Student Life section. Submit your anonymous questions about issues involving school, family, relationships, or anything else on AggieCentral.com. Just click on the Dear Aggie tab for more information.
Starplex Cinema, where I catch my movies, released Nightcrawler, Before I Go to Sleep, and for a limited time, Saw, due to its 10th anniversary. They also have the $5 tickets on movies before 6 and just $2 more for 3D movies. That's all for this episode of Film Geek. As always, you can find me at the Starplex Cinema, where I'll be catching what's new at the box office. Until next time, Aggies.